All right, now we floating. 2007 turn around, and what was the times in that year, '07, that made you say, okay, we gotta fucking get off this spaceship and work on this next album and keep this shit going?
When it was so I've been knowing you since early 2000s, and you came through. We didn't speak about this, but on the Block Tester Hit Approve album, at that point we had a deadline. We had a lot of deadlines.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
You came through and mixed the last song
Two.
for the album.
It was the last two.
It was the last two.
I remember that.
And the
one with Killer Keys.
The one with Killer Keys. No, the one with Boo. The one that Lay It Down.
Lay It Down. But wasn't Killer Keys on it?
Killer Keys didn't make the album. That was something else.
Okay.
But boy,
Lay It Down though, for sure.
Dude, and I'm like, nigga, no, D-Wiz is an amazing engineer, love him to death. He had the album sounded good. But Lay It Down was my favorite mix.
It was different, yeah.
It was different. The knock was there. I'm like, cause Maul was like, bro, D.E.O can mix it. I'm like, for real, he can mix? He was like, no, he trust me, bro. I seen him, he can mix. So it was like, do it. And then Maul came in and did it. Yeah, Maul put that together.
Yeah.
And at that time, like, Maul was my creative director all the way. So we trusted him. He got it done.
I was 21. I was fresh 21. I didn't mix too much shit at that time.
That shit was crazy. And we was like, and so ever since that session when he did it, you kind of was on my radar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as like, oh yeah, we got to get up in DEOs.
And that was the time. I probably wouldn't do this today, but that was on GP.
No, straight up.
That was on some.
Oh no, that was
some. I see what was going on. I'm a fan of what's going on. Like, and when I got summons, I was like, hell yeah.
Nah,
to get credit on this album, hell
you came through, nigga. And at that time it was like, all right, we hot, we scorching, and that's when the 3 Story shit really became something, right? So we got in here.
It was a reason.
It was a real reason, and we started doing all the Get Down and Lay Down series, and just hella songs, hella music, hella shit. It felt good to finally be in a position where you drop shit and people paid attention and they listened and they cared. You know what I mean? Like, it was a real good time. '07 was grind time.
We created a hub.
Yeah, facts. And we had a power meeting here with a lot of young artists at that time, and we was like, let's put this city shit together.
Talk about. I wanna kind of just, because I tell people the story a lot, but I want to talk about it on record.
Yeah.
About like our agreement.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it was like, you gave me a proposition. It was a dope ass proposition. You seen the holes in the even odds operation.
Mm-hmm.
You seen what was missing, and I feel like you kind of used that to leverage what you needed. Mm-hmm. It was like a even exchange. So
exactly. I needed a home, really. You know, like I needed somewhere that like. A go-to place where we can work, we can create, we can be our best, right? And on the flip side, I knew that you needed that kind of support, that look. You guys needed just something. I don't want to use the word cosign because y'all was your own cosigners. But it was a look. I felt like I had the look. I felt like I had everything. All eyes was on me at that time. And I felt like we were stronger together, right?
Yeah. And the words you use like every door that I walk through, y'all can walk through.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
And I tried to keep that word every time. So y'all niggas had access to everything that I had access to. I'm like, go, let's get it. And y'all did it. Y'all rose to the occasion. And I think that brought so much shit together. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think things would have been hella different. Like, it's not like to sit there and say, like, collectively, we were hands down the hottest niggas in the city. But it was like we individually, everyone wasn't necessarily the hottest artist in the city, but together, we was the biggest movement.
Yeah.
So,
and you felt that when we
100%
went to these events, went to the
every
club,
time.
Went to the
it was a beautiful time. So
the only thing we didn't do was we wasn't really on no flashy shit. We could have did the table thing.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really like the era at that time.
Nah, at that time it was grimy. It was it was real grimy.
You risked your life going to it.
Facts. Yeah, it was grimy at that
Club
time.
17.
Yeah, it was super grimy. So we got to work, man. We did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
In that
But that conversation was the beginning of that. And I always think about that conversation because me in my position that I'm in right now, I look at everybody who come through my studio, and I see who pop, and I see who has say so, who has pull, and I'm like, damn, if that person linked with that person, and if y'all could just get up under one umbrella, or kind of like wave one flag, you don't have to kill your identity, but just wave one flag for the time being. This will make shit so bigger. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, we didn't stop official business.
Not at all. Y'all never was official like 3-story gang, and the Legends Live Forever was 3-story gang, but they weren't like it was the Legends Live Forever.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so it wasn't about absorbing our entity or nothing like that. It was just like, look, we rocking.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we kind of extended that olive branch to a lot of other city artists.
Yeah. And niggas weren't feeling it that way.
And niggas weren't feeling it, but
that's cool.
But it, like, we just knew immediately that getting on that train was the smartest move to do. Even though we were super independent, we had our own thing going. It just like, nah, we gon' get with this because, for one, it's a look for the city. You were the biggest look in the city. You know what I'm saying? And it was fresh. It was new blood. You know.
And we all knew that it was gonna take a lot of hustle. Right, to do it. And so instead of going, like I said, like that could have been a situation where it would have been, like I could have tried to put together a super group with Quinn. Mess was doing this thing at that time.
Rocket.
Yeah, it would have been crazy, but our egos and shit wouldn't have lasted. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we was trying to build a Rockefeller. We was trying to build like an actual movement that can sustain. And I think that it was more about chemistry, focus, and hustle, more important than like big name situations. And you guys, y'all presence, like literally helped me sustain my buzz, and then it became our buzz. You get what I'm saying?
And that's what, like,
and that was so important.
After watching you go through the whole process of That's the Business and everything, it was like, this is the blueprint.
Yeah. Fact.
This is what a video is supposed to look like.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of video. Honestly, it wasn't a lot of Frisco videos up to that point. So we didn't really have too much other stuff to go off of. But if anything fell short of what that looked like, it was like, come on, man.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it became standard. Shout out to Rush Films, rocking D.E.O. We still rocking with D.E.O. to this day.
D.E.O. is the little homie. Nah.
Little ugly.